you doing? I'm Lenarion Jr., also known as LTL. So you know what? You can call me LTL. Today, we're going to be showing you the all-new Ford Explorer. This Ford Explorer 2021 edition isn't just a regular Ford Explorer. This is the King Ranch edition. For those who aren't familiar, the King Ranch historically came from Richard King back in 1853. In 1853, Richard King, a steamboat captain, decided that he was going to go on a venture across the country and also land and settle in Texas. On his venture, he stumbled across a creek. After many miles into the desert, the creek fascinated him, and he decided this would be a nice place to settle. So he established what we know today as King Ranch, and this here is the King Ranch edition. And you're gonna see why in a minute. You're gonna see why it was so special, just like that land where the creek was with Richard King. All right, so we're gonna start with the exterior. Like I told you earlier, this here is the King Ranch edition. See, established in 1853. That means I know my facts, right? You see this? This here is the rattlesnake, right? It's a western rattlesnake, the diamondback. This is famously found on the King Ranch. Also a very special snake for a very special logo for a very special truck. Enough of that. As you can see on the wheels, that same snake show up again right here on the rims of this truck. You only gonna find these particular rims on the Explorer on the King's Ranch edition, which also add to why it's so valued and why it's so special. When you look to match the chroming asset of the King Ranch logo, you have chroming borderlines on it here. Same with the same borderlines that goes on the door handles. Right, the King Ranch edition is is also fully loaded, similar to the Platinum edition of most of Ford products. When you open the door, you can lock and unlock from the handle. Right, you also have your blinker light that appears here on the side. You have that nice little Explorer touch-up that happens inside of the headlights. Right, as you can see, this is finished off with a black colored paint, a black metallic, and again chroming on the rails that you see here on the rooftop. Right, as you see, this is consistent throughout the rest of the vehicle. Along with that consistency, you see black and chrome again, and again you see the King Ranch logo, which is at 3 points of this vehicle: on the side, one in the back, and then on this side. This one is equipped with quad dual exhaust pipes, as you can see on both sides. Here you can also see the sensors that goes to the technology that's placed inside of these vehicles, show you how advanced Ford has become, right? Parking sensors, it also used to identify pedestrians as well, along with this camera. Here is the backup camera that's on the vehicle, right? Standard on most Explorers, but again, this is the King Ranch, so we got everything to talk about. Here we have our brake lights, which also included with the post. Post is a program that basically have this light blink 3 times. It doesn't excessively blink over and over again to a point that it becomes annoying, but it blinks just enough to get the person's attention in order for it to reduce the percentage of a rear end collision, right? And again, same consistency we had on the left side, on the right side, black chrome finish. Now we're gonna take this here demonstration to the inside of the vehicle so you can really see how special the King Ranch is. There is no question of why this interior is special. I mean, just look at it. This nice, beautiful two-tone brown color with the wood accents that's on the trim, right? This nice tablet-looking infotainment system, right? Let's turn it on so you can see some of the features that it has besides its beauty of an interior. So first off rip, you can see how nicely illuminated the infotainment system is here in the Explorer King Ranch edition, right? You got the piano, framing right here. A few cool options besides the standard, volume and tune. Here you can press this camera button and it shows you what's directly in front of you, right? It also shows you the side, and you can change the different camera angles and views by just tapping the button. Okay, boom. And it shows you, boom, right? You just can't beat that. All right, again, standard temperature control, right? Still using buttons, right? But this chrome and black, just like to be consistent with the outside. You have a dial gear shifter here. That's starting to be very common amongst Ford products. You can push this M button to put it in manual. That way you can switch gears here on the steering wheel. You have the electronic parking brakes. You can turn on, stop, and go. Whenever you stop at the light and you don't want your vehicle to turn off, you can turn it on. And then you have the different modes in which you can switch from sport mode, feeling fast, slippery if it's raining and you get concerned, etc. So let's go here to the steering wheel. When you look at the steering wheel, there is a lot to aid you, right? And that is, one, you can control this beautiful digital display system right here where the speedometer usually is. It's completely electronic, it's an actual screen, and you can control what's on that by moving this dial up and down. Press the back button, right, and you can press menu and access all of that that's available for you on this screen. Here is the button most of y'all may recognize it as Hey Google or Hey Siri, but it's the voice command button, right? Here is the phone controls, right, and seek buttons for the music. On the left side of the steering wheel, you have the volume. You have the volume. You can turn it down, you can turn it up, or you can mute. Right, and then you have the cruise control setting, which is extremely intuitive, because here on this particular button you can turn on and off. You can turn on and off lane assisting control, where basically this and adaptive cruise control, where basically the car can pick up if there's a car in front of you, right? And it adjusts its speed based off that. So this is the cruise control setting. Normal blinkers, left, right, get that point. Now let's go over here to the mirrors. First, again, you see that same coffee colored two-tone brown, right? And you see this King Ranch edition is equipped with B&O sound system. If you don't know what B&O is, look it up. Great quality, some of the best in the market. And again, that chrome finish that's consistent all throughout the vehicle. All right, if you look at this armrest there, you see the Diamondback rattlesnake again, and the King Ranch signature established in 1953. That's 10 years before my boy Henry Ford was born. And that's consistent on the seats again. When you look, you got captain seats in the back for the second row. And then you have the cup holders in the center console, which is new and unique, where you can just put your cup holders right there. You have more control, more easy access to the things that's inside that console. And then the back is a third row seats, and they're folded down, but we'll get to that in just a second. When you look up, right, one of my favorite parts of the truck is that you have a full panoramic roof, right, and an all new Explorer. This comes standard on the Platinum and King Ranch edition. All right, you can open it up, the front part up, and there's a net, which you'll see on the outside of the vehicle, that catch the wind drag and filter out the air. And then you can close it and also vent it just like you would a traditional sunroof. This is the interior of the Ford Explorer. Now we'll get to the exterior, and you can see, now we get to the hood of the car, and you can see how special, this engine is under the hood. All right, so this is the front of the Explorer. Very standard with a lot of the upper trim Explorer, how it looks, chrome accent, black again. You start to see some of the front sensors, the ones that we talked about that was inside of the back sensors. You see LED lights for the blinker lights, same thing for the headlights, LED. And then, of course, the traditional blue oval Ford logo, right? Now let's pop the hood and see what makes it special. When you open the hood, you see Ford's latest engineering technology with the 3.5 liter EcoBoost engine, right? This engine is putting out over 300 horsepower, and is an absolute beast that sounds good when you drive it. And trust me, I like cars that drive fast and sound good while doing it. And this is one that definitely gets the job done. Well, again, guys, this is our brand new 2021 Ford Explorer King Ranch Edition. It's a beautiful truck. You all are beautiful people, so let's bring the two together and buy yourself a Ford, and not just Ford, King Ranch Ford, our new Explorer. Thank you again. My name is LTL. Follow us at Wade Ford on our social media platform and come by with us.